So currently, the FAA has regulation that prevents drones from flying within 5 miles around an airport in the United States. There's also a blanket coverage of 400 feet maximum altitude. Drones can fly without a waiver in any airspace in the United States. So with a variety of mechanisms such as different code that's available online, you can download that code and unlock those settings on the drones and make those drones be able to fly above 400 feet, be able to reach altitudes of 3,500 feet, as we saw with this drone that was flying and shut down the Newark Airport. So the FAA has more of an administrative response to these incidences. The FAA is not responsible for large law enforcement initiatives. In that way, the FAA's response is more regulatory. So if that drone pilot, if they capture that drone pilot and they find who that is, then they will, if that person has a pilot's license, that can be revoked, they can be fined. But in terms of actual punishment and enforcement, as we see from a law and order perspective, the FAA does not have the tools nor necessarily the enforcement mechanisms to enact any sort of enforcement for violation of airspace. What happens if an airliner crashes into a drone? Some say catastrophic damage. Others say it would force an emergency landing and could cause some significant damage, structural damage to the aircraft. No matter what that looks like, what that is, even if you look at what happened on the Hudson Bay, an airliner hitting birds, right? Those birds are largely made up of water. They're animals. But when you look at a drone, that's largely made up of different metals. So we saw what happened in that incident. It doesn't really matter if that airliner is going to get knocked by the drone, have some structural damage, or if it is catastrophic. What matters is that the entire airport is disrupted. Because there's any risk of crashing into that drone, that whole airport needs to be shut